Hello, good morning, good afternoon and good day. I'm going to show you how I make my pizza sauce for my business. Now, there is many ways in which you can do this. Mine's a classic Neapolitan pizza sauce. It's actually really simple, and I'm going to show you a few tricks how I make it so nice and thick and pulpy and amazing and fresh. You don't have to do it this way. This is the other thing about pizza, it's very much an individual thing, so you make the sauce that you like. If you want to add like onion, garlic, herbs, whatever you want to add to it, if you want to cook it, if you want to do that, then do that. But mine is made very simply. It retains a lot of the freshness of the tomato and it bangs. So let's tuck into it. Okay, so what I have here is I have a whole tin of Rega Gold Palati tomatoes. Now Palati is just whole plum. So these are just whole plum tomatoes, a bit like a San Marzano tomato, actually grown. They're canned in the same factory. These are approved by the pizza people over in Italy. You can use these if you want to make a true Neapolitan pizza sauce. This is literally all you need is this and some salt. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here we have our tomatoes. We're just going to crank these ones open. Trusty tin opener. Basically this amount of tomatoes. Now if you want to do basically this amount of tomatoes, I use these tins. These are 2.5 kilo tins. This will probably do me about 25 pizzas worth. You know, about 100 grams of tomato on each pizza basically with my like spoon that you see me use in my videos. And if you look, this is like nice, then it's a nice thick sauce. They're nice thick whole plum tomatoes. Let me just get you one of these out. Have a look at these bad boys. They're beautiful. Check them out. Really nice, juicy whole plum tomatoes. What we're going to do is we're going to use one of these. This is called like a moulin or a food mill. It comes apart in 3 pieces. You see, you've got this part. You've got the mesh. Now I use this mesh is the widest holes that come with it. It comes with 3 of these, and you basically just slots into here like this. Just like drops in. See that? And then you get this like sprung loaded like spinning mechanism that just drops into this little hole, and then it just spring loads into the 2 little catches. And basically you pour your tomatoes into here, you spin this, and out pops beautiful thick pulpy plumpy sauce. If you want your sauce to be a little bit thinner, use a different mesh, or you can send it through this twice as well. There is no need to drain off this liquid that's in here, okay? I put the whole thing in. So what I do is I generally get a 5.5 litre like tub like this. I'll put this on top of this because it fits perfectly on there. And what I do is I need to get some salt. So I've just got sea salt, okay? I've got my trusty digital scales here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn these on, and I like to go with about 20 grams of salt for a 2.5 kilo tin, okay? So probably about about 0.8 of a gram per 100 grams of tomatoes. So for a 2.5 kilo tin, so 2,500 grams, I'm going to use 20 grams of salt. So 20 grams, this is just sea salt. 18.2, so it's about 0.8. I mean, if you want it a bit saltier, there's 20.16 in there. So what I do is actually I get the whole tin, okay, and I'm just going to drop the salt in the top. So I normally do this. I normally open like 3 or 4 of these tins at a time, okay. So the whole lot is in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this ready. And what we're going to do, we're going to just drop a load of the tomatoes in here. It will take about half the tin or so in here to begin with. And what we're going to do is we're just going to spin this. So if you spin this, and if you have a look down below, you can see that the sauce is just coming out the bottom of it. So I'll just do a little reverse for a bit, and then I'll just keep turning and turning, and you can see the sauce is just coming through. And we've almost got rid of what's there in a short amount of time. Go reverse for a little bit, and what it's doing is this little blade here is just catching the tomatoes and it's just pushing them down through the sieve basically. So what we do is we put the rest of the tin in like that. Just make sure we got it all in there, no wastage. And then we just keep spinning until it's all gone. And what this actually does is it actually collects all the like little stringy bits in the top. And so what you are generally left with is all the little stringy bits, but if you use a smaller mesh, because I've used a bigger mesh, it sort of gets rid of most of it and it pushes it all through, because I don't like wasting the tomato, okay? So let me just show you what's left. If there's any left on the end there, just get rid of that, okay? And what we're going to do, I'll show you this sauce, okay? Look, you've got all these nice little plump bits in here. The salt has just gone through it, it gets a mix up anyway. But if you look at that, you've got a really nice, thick, pulpy tomato sauce. It's not watery at all. You see this? This is going to just make a really delicious, vibrant red sauce. Now, if you want to pimp this at all, if you want to just add to it, then by all means drop some chopped basil in there, some whole basil leaves, chuck some garlic, some oregano, whatever. I mean, you can cook this down, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so that's my sauce done. That's literally all I do. That just goes straight onto the pizza. I put my all my cheeses on it, my toppings, stuff like that, and that gets baked. Now, if you wanted to do a cooked sauce, one thing you do need to understand is when you buy a whole plum or a tin tomato, it's essentially already been cooked when it goes into the tin, okay? It kills off any bugs, makes it last longer, and it takes the skin off it, and then they tin them. So if you then cook that tomato again to make a cooked tomato sauce, you're going to be sweetening that sauce, okay? You're going to be making it changing it. You're going to be reducing it down, so you're going to get less, and you're going to be losing some of the nutrients, because if it comes from a tin, it's already been cooked, okay? So then if you cook it again, and then if you then put it on your pizza and cook it again, that sauce has actually now been cooked 3 times, those tomatoes have, and what's left is you've probably cooked a lot of the goodness out of them. So with a Neapolitan sauce, it's all about freshness. It's all about fresh flavors, you know, the freshest mozzarella, fresh basil, fresh tomato sauce on a pizza margherita, and you want to taste that freshness, okay? So that's why I do my sauce like this, and that's why I don't cook it down, and I just keep it vibrant, keep it super fresh and delicious. So I hope that was helpful. That is how I make my pizza sauce for the business. If you want to have one of these at home, you can also get a slightly smaller one. This is a stainless steel one. I've had this one for years actually, and this one's good because you can just do a small tin of tomatoes will fit in this happily. So same thing applies, a 400 gram tin of tomatoes. Every 100 grams you'd use 0.8 of a gram of salt, and you'd make the same sauce basically, but just use the highest quality, best tomatoes you can find, or just ones that you like. Give them a little seasoning, give them a try. If they're a little bit sweet, then all good. Maybe add a little bit of salt. If they're not salty enough, add a little bit more. It's all personal preference. I mean, I try these quite regularly, and I might have to change my salt level. On occasions, I've changed tomatoes when the harvest hasn't been as good as it was a previous year, so I've gone with a slightly different one. Just whatever you want to use that basically, but just try and use the best thing you can. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you want to see next time in the comments, and if you want to get one of these moulin things, then there's going to be a link in one of these corners. That is a link to my Amazon affiliate page, so I will get a kickback if you buy something from there, but please search around because you can find these things cheaper everywhere else. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. See you later.